August 12, 1985, a date that would be forever etched in the annals of aviation history. On this fateful day, a seemingly ordinary Boeing 747 SR, bearing the flight number 123 of Japan Airlines, took off from Tokyo's Haneda Airport. Little did the 524 souls on board know that they were part of what was to become the world's deadliest single aircraft accident. The Boeing 747 SR, a variant specifically designed for high-frequency domestic flights, was widely used in Japan due to the country's dense population and the high demand for air travel. Flight 123 was no different, operating as a domestic flight, carrying hundreds of people back to their families, their jobs, their lives. A picture of normalcy until it wasn't. Merely 12 minutes into the flight, an explosive decompression tore through the aircraft, a catastrophic event that would lead to unimaginable tragedy. The plane, thrown into chaos, struggled against the odds, battling for an agonizing 32 minutes before finally succumbing to its injuries and crashing into Mount Takamagahara, a remote mountainous region in Japan. The aftermath was as horrifying as the event itself. Of the 524 passengers and crew, only 4 managed to survive. A staggering 520 people lost their lives that day, their stories ending on that desolate mountain. The sheer scale of the disaster shook the world. It wasn't just the highest death toll from a single aircraft accident, but it also marked a dark day for Japan Airlines and the entire aviation industry. An event so impactful, it resonated with people across the globe, regardless of whether they were aviation enthusiasts or not. The incident of Japan Airlines Flight 123 serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the importance of safety, and the immeasurable value of each moment we have. It stands as a testament to the unthinkable tragedies that can occur, even in our most routine activities. A typical domestic flight turned into a horrifying nightmare. 12 minutes into the flight, chaos erupted. The tranquility of the cabin was shattered as Flight 123 suffered a catastrophic event that would forever imprint itself in aviation history. The Boeing 747 SR was cruising at an altitude of 24,000 feet when it was rocked by an explosive decompression. The unexpected force of the decompression was like a punch from the heavens, tearing off a large part of the tail fin and severing all 4 of the plane's hydraulic systems. Imagine the sheer terror as the aircraft suddenly lost altitude, plunging from the sky as the pressure inside the cabin plummeted. Inside the cockpit, the flight crew wrestled with their controls, trying desperately to stabilize the aircraft. They were seasoned professionals, trained for emergencies, yet nothing could have prepared them for this. The cockpit became a whirlpool of confusion and panic. Alarms blared, lights flashed, and the control yokes refused to respond. The pilots fought against the odds, trying to make sense of the incomprehensible situation. The instruments were a jumble of contradictions. They struggled to comprehend the severity of the damage, their minds racing to find a solution, a way to bring their plane and their passengers safely back to Earth. But the aircraft was crippled beyond their control. The loss of the tail fin and the hydraulic systems meant that the plane was virtually uncontrollable. The pilots could no longer command the aircraft's direction or altitude. Despite their Herculean efforts, the plane continued its descent, veering off course and heading towards the mountains. The cockpit voice recorder captured their frantic exchanges, their futile attempts to regain control. It was a chilling testament to their bravery, their determination in the face of certain disaster. Yet, for all their skill and courage, they were fighting a losing battle. The plane was doomed, and with it, most of its passengers. It was a race against time, a race they could not win. Despite their best efforts, the crew couldn't regain control. The ill-fated flight of Japan Airlines Flight 123 was spiraling towards its tragic end. 32 agonizing minutes later, the inevitable happened. In the blink of an eye, the serene hum of the Boeing 747 SR's engines turned into a symphony of alarms and warning lights. The explosive decompression had torn away a large section of the tail, leaving the aircraft crippled and the crew struggling to regain control. The once steady and reliable jetliner was now plummeting towards Earth, its wings shaking violently as the pilots fought against the forces of nature and man-made disaster. The terror of those aboard was palpable, the cabin filled with the sounds of prayers, cries, and quiet whispers of goodbye. Amid the chaos, the flight crew's desperation was heartrending. They wrestled with the controls, hoping against hope to steer the aircraft away from the densely populated areas below. Their efforts were nothing short of heroic, a testament to their unwavering commitment to their passengers' safety. As the ground loomed closer, the pilots made a last-ditch attempt to level the plane, but it was too late. The Boeing 747 SR, now a helpless metal bird, crashed into the rugged terrain of Mount Takamagahara. The impact was catastrophic, a deafening roar that echoed through the valleys and sent a chilling message to the world. Japan Airlines Flight 123 had met its tragic end. In the aftermath, the once majestic aircraft lay shattered on the mountainside, a grim reminder of the world's deadliest single aircraft accident. The loss of life was staggering. 520 of the 524 people on board, lives cut short in a moment of unthinkable horror. As the news of the disaster spread, the world watched in shock and sorrow, mourning the loss of so many innocent lives. But amid the heartbreak, there was a glimmer of hope. The miraculous survival of 4 passengers, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. The Boeing 747 SR, once a symbol of human ingenuity, now lay in ruins. In the aftermath of the crash, a question hung heavy in the air. What had gone wrong? Japan was plunged into mourning as the tragedy of Japan Airlines Flight 123 unfolded. Rescue efforts were launched almost immediately, with the Japanese self-defense forces leading the charge. But the rugged terrain and the sheer magnitude of the disaster posed significant challenges. As the rescue operation continued, so too did the investigation into what had caused the catastrophic crash. The wreckage of the Boeing 747 SR was painstakingly examined, piece by piece, in an effort to understand the sequence of events that had unfolded in the sky that fateful day. Investigative teams from the Japan Transport Safety Board, Boeing, and the National Transportation Safety Board of the United States worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery. They discovered that the plane had suffered an explosive decompression, a sudden decrease in cabin pressure, just 12 minutes into the flight. But why had this happened? The investigation revealed a chilling truth. 7 years prior, the aircraft had undergone a tail strike repair. However, the repair hadn't been done correctly. A crucial component, the aft pressure bulkhead, had been improperly fixed, leading to a structural failure that ultimately triggered the explosive decompression. The revelation was a bitter pill to swallow. The accident was not just a result of a mechanical failure, but a human error. A lapse in attention, a miscalculation, had cost 520 lives. The conclusion of the investigation sent shockwaves through the aviation industry, leading to stricter regulations and an emphasis on meticulous maintenance. Japan Airlines bore the brunt of the fallout, with its reputation severely damaged. The company accepted responsibility for the accident, and the then president of Japan Airlines, Yasumoto Takagi, resigned in the wake of the disaster. The tragic event exposed a fatal flaw that had gone unnoticed. It served as a stark reminder of the importance of attention to detail in the aviation industry, a lesson painfully learned at the cost of hundreds of lives. In the wake of the tragedy, the aviation world was forever changed. The devastating crash of Japan Airlines Flight 123, with its heart-wrenching loss of life, sent shockwaves throughout the industry, prompting a re-evaluation of safety standards and procedures. The crash shed light on the importance of meticulous maintenance and inspection protocols. The subsequent investigation revealed a failure in the repair of the rear pressure bulkhead, a critical component in the aircraft structure. This led to the implementation of stricter maintenance procedures worldwide, ensuring that all repairs are carried out to the highest standard. The incident also highlighted the need for improved crew training. Despite the catastrophic failure they faced, the flight crew of Flight 123 managed to keep the stricken aircraft airborne for an astounding 32 minutes, a testament to their skill and determination. In response, airlines globally increased their focus on emergency training, equipping their crews with the tools to handle even the most dire of situations. Furthermore, this tragic event catalyzed changes in aircraft design. Engineers began to incorporate enhanced safety features and redundancies into new models, aiming to prevent similar failures in the future. The Boeing 747 SR, the model of aircraft involved in the disaster, underwent a design overhaul to address the vulnerabilities exposed by the crash. The legacy of Flight 123 is more than just a story of tragedy. It's a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the relentless pursuit of safety in the aviation industry. It serves as a poignant reminder that every flight we take today is safer because of the lessons learned from this devastating event. We remember those who lost their lives, not just with sorrow, but with gratitude for the invaluable lessons their sacrifice imparted. The tragedy of Flight 123 is a stark reminder of the relentless pursuit of safety in aviation.